I have other dresses, so it's all good. I am frilled up and ready to go.
Wonderful. Oh, accidentally started the stream. Whatever. Hey,
That's okay. Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Welcome to the end. Let me just quickly change the background so that is the right to the end background.
I'm here.
Hey.
So we're ahead of schedule. We have people today. Yay.
Yay. There's people. There's folks. There's a show. It's crazy. Wow. Much excitement. Yes. So next week we should have the Lightning Rabbit back. Finally, he's
Yay!
he has just finished his finals, so he'll be returning both to the end and to Let's Read as of next week. Gonna be great. Gonna be good.
So good.
So great. Oh my god. Looking forward to it. After, did anyone see E3? No, I haven't really been keeping up on E3.
I didn't see it. No.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure who is actually around. It seems like one person because we have been off the show for a couple of weeks. So hopefully we'll we'll remind people
We officially suck right now.
We're officially not so great right now.
My earbuds keep falling out. Darn it.
Oh, yeesh. But on the upside, we got permission to finally just cut through all the red tape that was preventing us from uploading these episodes online, so we're finally going to be able to upload them onto the Duhad 8 channel, and hopefully people will be able to enjoy the show now on there.
Yay!
Woo! That is if the show has anything worth enjoying. Anyway, so let's try and make some memories. Oh my goodness. Nani, how have you been over the last 2 weeks that the people at home have not been able to see you?
Well, I've been sick, but for people at home, I've been sick. Yay! Not yay.
Oh.
So I'm finally getting over a cold. That's why I don't have an accent today.
I'm
if
sorry.
anybody even noticed.
I'm
Because
sure
my voice sucks right now. It probably doesn't sound as bad to you as it sounds to me, but I know that it's bad right now.
I think it sounds lovely. It's fine. You're
oh,
okay.
Thank you. You are such a sugar baby.
Oh, I know. But, hey, well, the fact that you are no longer horribly, horribly ill with what I assume was some sort of mix of bubonic plague and I don't even know, some other horrible disease. I mean,
yeah, you see, I found the Necronomicon going through your stuff, trying to organize your papers so I could find the next chapter of Colgate versus the Evil Dead, and I think just touching it gave me some sort of terrible disease.
Oh, cripes. Well, that...
So I blame you, Duhad. I blame you.
That might have been my fault. Oh, hey, what's this? The video company WayForward wants to make an MLP video game. That's awesome, because WayForward Interactive is a really good company.
I don't know anything about them.
They're good. I forget what they've made, but I know that they have a really good reputation. Unlike the last company that made that mobile game.
Oh, gosh.
The one where you had to...
Game that will not be named.
Yeah, that one. But, if WayForward actually made an MLP game, it would probably be really good. They also made DuckTales Remastered, so they made they make a lot. Yeah, they made a really classic old school platformer out of a classic Disney Channel animated series. So this is definitely something that they'd be capable of doing. Let's see if Hasbro actually wants to do something with them. I'd love that. That'd be amazing, though. So apparently the head of the hub, the person Hasbro had put in charge of the hub as a network, recently stepped down.
Aww.
Yeah, I don't know, that's sad news, really, because this is the person who kind of built the hub, and who greenlit shows like MLP, who got Lauren Faust involved. This is a pretty important person to us, to the fans. And her departure is sad. It's very sad.
You're making me sad now, Duhad-chan.
Was it?
You're making me sad now, Duhad-chan.
I am sorry. But, hey, on the
I don't know how well you can hear me, because I'm kind of bouncing about the room, but...
pretty well. But, sad news for the fans, but hopefully her follow-up, her predecessor, or successor, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, hopefully her successor will be just as awesome as she turned out to be. What I was saying, the only hub show I've ever watched is MLP.
No, you gotta watch Count Puppies!
There you go. Marching orders, sir.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, she's done a lot of good stuff. Like, there's a lot of good stuff there. The hub actually has been a fairly successful television.
I forget, do they air Gem and the Holograms now, too?
I don't know, they might.
If they do, y'all gotta watch that, too, okay?
Yeah. Dan Versus is apparently really good. Yeah, I think that show ended, but it was apparently really good while it lasted. But yeah, they've been doing good stuff. They've been doing good stuff. They apparently have a really good Transformers show and a G.I. Joe show. Like, they've been bringing back a lot of classic television series and doing good things.
I'm just saying, we need a Gem reboot.
Gem would be pretty great. I would be pretty happy.
It'd be pretty outrageous, Duhad.
Yes, it would be truly, truly, truly outrageous.
Oh my god, I love you so much for knowing these references. Like, ugh, I'm so happy. Marry me, Duhad.
One day now. Lordy, but yeah. So apparently they've done some really good stuff, and it'd be great if the new person who comes in is not like, "Blah, this is all dumb, whatever, blah." And
I hope not.
That'd be.
They would be the least proper person for the job ever.
Yeah, well, like my one concern, and it's a really silly concern because it's almost certainly not going to actually amount to anything. But there's this. As we've previously established, neither of us are particularly big Doctor Who fans, though I'm sure if Lightning Rabbit were here, he'd be frothing at the mouth at that. Well, okay, he'd be frothing at the mouth as far as Lightning is concerned, so it would be saying along the lines of, "What? You haven't watched Doctor Who? You should."
I sort of kind of like that thing.
I enjoy that thing. It's really good. You people should watch it. You dumb North Americans. I didn't mean that. But no, it's very.
Nani
very
has watched Doctor Who, but Nani just doesn't like it.
That's fair. Point is, back in the day with the old school Doctor Who, around the time when it got canceled, part of the reason it got canceled was that the head of the BBC at the time retired, and then his replacement came in. His replacement was very, very open about the fact that he did not like Doctor Who. He thought it was a dumb show. Yeah, he's like, it was a dumb show. It was cheap and cheesy and stupid. So he insisted. Wasn't in No. Doctor Who was around for a really long time. It eventually got into the point where it was in color.
Ooh,
the last one,
color.
Yeah, pretty colors. The last one, the last few seasons of Doctor Who was under this guy who really didn't like it, and he basically slotted Doctor Who to play at the same time as the incredibly popular Coronation Street.
Oh man, I know Coronation Street.
Yeah, so the thing was that was the show.
My childhood.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's this was a time before DVR and a time before people had multiple televisions in their house. So when you put Doctor Who, which was ostensibly a kids show with a strong adult fan following, versus Coronation Street, which was the big adult show that everyone was watching, and you only had one television, so only one show could be played, it meant that Doctor Who's ratings fell through the floor because, the people who watched, who really liked Doctor Who tended not to be the people who had access to the television when Coronation Street was on.
I guarantee you that there is no one in Canada or the UK where you could play the Coronation Street theme and they wouldn't get nostalgic.
Aw, that's pretty cool. But the point was the obviously it was the ratings fell and everyone realized they fell because of this. But then the guy was like, oh well, he didn't like Doctor Who in the first place. He deliberately put it into a situation where it was going to get bad ratings, and then when it got bad ratings, he was like, oh well, nothing I can do. We're gonna have to cancel it because it has bad ratings.
People are so silly.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna be right back for a second, okay? Because I forgot to get the charger for the computer.
Yeah, no problem.
Silly Nani is silly.
I'll entertain people until you're back. So yeah, that was the Doctor Who ended up dying because of the person who was running it being a gigantic dum-dum who needed a bucket put over his head and had that bucket beat by Animal from the Muppets. Anyway, obviously I don't think something like that could happen with MLP, just because we're no longer in a situation where if there's a television program playing at the same time as another television program, only one of those television programs will be seen, because you can DVR, you can stream, there's money flowing in from like fan products and stuff more than there is from like the show itself. So I mean, like they're not going to have a situation where it's no longer profitable just because it's in a bad time slot. Which happened to that happened to Firefly, but Firefly was like had its first season had that done to it, so it didn't have a chance to really build up a fandom while it was on the air, and so it was less able to prove how much people were willing to watch it even with a bad time slot until after Fox had already canceled it. So I don't know what happened to MLP, but it's still like something that kind of worries me a little bit, just the fact that we have a change of the guard from this incredible lady who's been running the hub up until this point to an unknown commodity. But as I said, I'm worried about it. White Oak asks, what do you want to see in Season 5? Well, what do I want to see? I want to see an entire season dedicated to Rarity and Sweetie Belle's relationship. And like Rainbow and Scooter's relationship, and Apple Bloom and Applejack's relationship. I want to see the CMC with their families. I enjoy those episodes thoroughly, especially Rarity and Sweetie Belle. So I want to see that. That is what I want to see. I also want to see an episode dedicated to Colgate. All the main six have slight dental problems, and so they have to go to Colgate. And she's like, "Oh man, you guys have some seriously whacked out teeth problems. It's time to get dentistry up in here." And then it turns out she's not actually a certified dentist, and she ends up causing a horrible mess. And they have to go and talk to a real dentist, and then the moral, like the lesson they learn is, don't impersonate a dentist, even if you played one, if you dress up as one at Halloween. That does not actually mean you're certified to do dental surgery. And Colgate ends up having to, learn a valuable lesson in all the lawsuits that she had to pay out to the main six for the damage she had done by performing unregistered dental surgery. That's what I want to see in Season 5. That's my hope. White Oak is suggesting that I want to see an episode where the rest of the main six hang out with Discord. I think we had that episode. I think that was Keycon and Flutter On. That had the rest of the main six hanging out with Discord. So did the Season 5 finale and the Season 4 finale and the Season 1 finale. Sorry, Season 4 opener and Season 4 finale. Like we've had a little bit of that, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. I mean, John Delancey is amazing.
So amazing.
So good. Hey, Nani's back. Nani, yep. White Oak wanted to know, what do you want to see in Season 5?
I didn't even watch Season 4. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. What would you want to see in an ideal season? Just whatever.
G1 cameos, more of those. More issues that redo G1 canon, like the Season 4 finale that had what's his face?
Tyrek.
Yes, thank you. More of that kind of thing. Yes, and
I'm mildly ashamed that
sea ponies. Yep.
Good call. I'm mildly ashamed that I knew that off the top of my head before you. That you are the G1 girl. You should know this.
Yes, but I don't always brain terribly well.
Oh, it's okay. Brain not good. Fire bad. What I was saying, I also want to see Scootaloo's parents!
Yeah?
Okay. I'm kind of okay with her not having on-screen parents. Like, honestly, at this point, like, none of the parents that we've actually seen
are good parents?
Well, not necessarily that, but it's like they've never had much of an impact. It's like we see Rainbow Dash's dad basically there just to hoist Dash onto his shoulder. We have Rarity and Sweetie Belle's parents basically just there to, hand off Sweetie Belle to Rarity, and Twilight's parents to look proud at their daughter getting accepted into school and their son getting married. And then we also had what other parents have we seen? We have pretty much canonical evidence that AJ's parents are dead. So yeah, we never really had any parental care. Yeah, no Flutter parents. So we've never had any parents appear in the show that have done anything of any real note or importance. So I don't really see how adding Scootaloo's parents to the show would really benefit anything, because Dash already has kind of the parental, relationship storyline thing going on with Scootaloo. So at that point, it would just kind of be doubling down on something they already are doing.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. Weg's saying, if they are off-screen parents, they should go wah wah wah. Like the peanuts, like.
I love that. I love that so much.
That'd be pretty great. It's like, Mom, Dad, I want to go out and play with the other CMC. Yes, I'll be back home later. No, Mom, I'm not going to fall off my scooter this time. Will you please stop playing the tuba when you're trying to talk to me? It's really hard to understand you.
I think that would be great.
That would be the best. That would be my pick for top episode of the season. of the series, really. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Oh, lordy. Actually, I had a question.
We're being very silly now.
We're being profoundly silly right now. It's the lack of Lightning Rabbit. His absence has slowly drained us of all seriousness until we have entered into a state of utter...
How unfortunate.
Hilarity, yeah. Actually, here was a question that I got asked at Big Apple PonyCon. And I'm going to ask it to you guys now. You guys being Novelist and the one person currently in the chat.
Hello.
So my friend Cotton Candy, the Cotton Candy Tumblr mod.
Yeah, Cotton Candy mod. I know Cotton Candy.
Very nice guy. I
still don't remember his name. What is Gene? I think.
Yeah, Gene,
but I know who he is.
Yeah. But he asked me how many seasons of the show I thought there would be, like in total.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him I thought there'd be 7.
Yeah?
And my call for that is I think the show is more than strong enough right now. Well, we already have a guaranteed season 5. And I don't see them rocking the boat that much in season 5 to instantly kill the show before season 6 happens. Like,
yeah,
that would be really unusual if that happens. So I imagine that season 6 will almost certainly happen. And I kind of think that around season 6 is probably going to be about the point when either, like, too many writers decide that they've been doing this for almost a decade and they want to, take a break, or the voice actresses start kind of charging a little bit more money, or start wanting to do other projects, or the, amount of money that they're making is becoming just not necessarily as strong. But I don't think that'll happen fast enough that we won't get a season 7. But I think season 7, by that point, 7 years is such a long time to be working on a show that I think that's about the point that everyone, like, unless something really shakes things up, I think season 7 is probably about the point when people, like, the people who are working on the show and a lot of the fan stuff start going like, okay, this has been fun, but it's been about a decade.
Yeah.
Like, Tara Strong needs to do other things. Some of the other voice actresses have finally started kind of taking off with their careers. The Hub wants to do a cheaper version of the show that doesn't cost them a ton of money, because DHX at this point has been doing this long enough that they are able to ask more and more for their contracts. Hey, some guy! So I think season 7 is kind of the point, like, unless things change up, the way they're going right now, 7 seasons is about as long as most long-running series tend to go, like, on average.
What I think is going to be the reason for the show ending, I don't know, but when it's going to end, is going to be Hasbro wanting to redesign the toys again.
Yeah, and so that's the thing.
Because that's usually the only reason they redo anything, is to redesign the toys.
Yeah, well, when it's no longer as profitable and they want to do it cheaper and redesign the toys is usually when... And I think what we'll end up getting is G 4.5. This is my prediction. This is just my prediction. That, like, season 5 is going to be pretty good, like, kind of following what they did with season 4 and stuff, kind of playing off of what they already have. 6 is going to be around the point when they start wanting to mix things up a little bit, add in more toyable material, and more, kind of let the writers stretch their legs since they've been doing it for so long. Then season 7's kind of be where people are sort of winding down by that point.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, that's around the point when, like, Taylor's starting to wind down and stuff. It's starting to cost money. It's starting to be this and that. They tried mixing it up in season 6. Season 6 didn't necessarily go so well, so they want to tone it back for season 7. And then they're like, okay. We've taken this as far as we can go. Why don't we reboot with Gen 4.5? Similar design, similar writer, like, maybe keep some of the writers, maybe keep some of the voice actors, but it's a new series with new characters with totally new designs. Rework all the background characters. Rework like maybe have like one or two of the main six staying on as like characters.
Characters.
Yeah, like side characters who are mentors to the new characters. Maybe have like the grown-up CMC with very new designs, obviously. As the protagonist, but like add in some other new, like totally new characters as protagonists, and then we end up with the evolved version that is different, but it's similar because they unless things really go bad for the current run, they're not going to want to totally kill Gen 4 while it's still as profitable as it is, even if they want to do something else that is not MLP FIM.
Yeah, I don't know. The toy designs are already less whimsical, and someone needs to fix them. So
yeah. that would be nice if they did something like that. Do we need to talk about the show? Don't worry, some guy. We're not we're talking about the show ending in like 3 or 4 years. We're not actually talking about it going to end right now. Like we're talking like down the line, what might end up happening after like season 7.
Also, we all know I like to complain about toys.
Yeah. But okay, well, what I was saying, I would like to see Earth Pony 2 part villain that acts like a mob boss and voiced by Danny DeVito. That would be interesting.
It would be. Not sure how I feel about it, but it would be interesting.
Danny DeVito used to be in like old kid shows. Like, yeah,
I don't necessarily know who that is, but I think I have an idea of what the voice is.
Yeah, he's like, he kind of talks like this. He's got a, kind of a big head. He's short. He's kind of pudgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's odd guy. He played the Penguin in Batman Returns, I think. Yeah.
I'm only just learning the superheroes. I don't know Batman Returns yet.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I know that right now he's like the thing he's mostly doing at this point is actually playing a main character in Always Sunny. So, he was also Phil in Hercules. Yeah. He was.
That I know.
Yeah. He's great. He's
that
a great
I'm
actor.
familiar with from my childhood.
Yeah.
I don't like the movie, but I'm familiar with it.
Fair enough. I love Danny DeVito, but I think right now he's kind of at a point in his career where he's, he doesn't really need to work to, support himself, and he's just sort of doing things that he likes doing. And right now the thing he likes doing is working on the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I don't really see him going like, yeah, I want to do MLP right now because, like...
stuff.
Voice acting money. It's like, he really likes doing dark comedies, and I don't see him really having a ton of fun doing a really light kid show. And I really only see him picking up a job if he thinks it would be fun to do. Now, I would love, and I could actually see someone like Sir Patrick Stewart ending up in like an episode or something, which would be amazing.
No idea who that is.
Patrick Stewart, the bald guy. He was Captain Picard. He's British.
I kind of know who you're talking about. Kind of. He's the guy in Star Wars. No, not Star Wars. Star Trek. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I'm a girl. The guy in Star Trek who tries to do a British accent or he's trying to do a French accent. I think he's French in that, but he always sounds like a Brit, and I'm like, that is the worst French accent I've ever heard. And my friend's like, yeah, just pretend he's British. I'm like, okay.
He's an incredibly British Shakespearean actor who, for some reason, they decide like he's going to be the French captain.
Yeah, that ruined. Like, I haven't seen much of Star Trek, but every time I'm like, I'm sorry, we're supposed to believe this guy is French, really? I mean, maybe in Canada. I mean, since Canadians have weird accents, but...
Yeah, but no. Part of what I'd love to see him in Star Trek, in MLP, is because he was the guy who was playing alongside, John Delancey's as Q. Thank you. So it'd be amazing if we had him as like a Celestia's replacement for Shining Armor as the new captain of the Camelot Royal Guard.
That would be interesting.
And he's just like, he has a whole bit with Discord. That'd be great. I'd love that. He's an American Dad right now. He does a lot of things. Like, he's willing to do a lot of stuff. You'd like him. He's Nani, because he's a really nice guy.
Well, I also like British.
British is also, yeah, that too. Lordy. But yeah, he does some really cool stuff. And I think, like, I think he'd do it partly because he's a big supporter of, like, feminism and women's rights and stuff. And, like,
I still don't see My Little Pony is terribly feminist. I'm sorry, guys. I know you love to quote its feminist potential, but I really don't see it.
It's, I don't know, like, I've heard a lot of, you know, feminists who do not, like, particularly care for the show still defending it because of its, you know, things. And that's actually part of John Delancey's thing. Like, part of the reason he continues doing the show is he believes it's, like, a force for good. Which, I mean, hey, if it means more Discord, I'm happy.
I do love Discord. He keeps me watching the show even when I don't want to.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, surprisingly awesome people. But Married and Dead and Picard and Family Guy has Adam West is adorable. He's an adorable old man.
I don't know that person either.
He played Batman in the really, really old television series where they actually had, like, pow, wham, zam sound effects, like, on screen.
I haven't seen that one yet. I'm watching Justice League right now.
Oh, fair enough. You should watch it at some point because it's completely adorable. Like, it's this really campy old show. Like, you know how... Do you remember watching Powerpuff Girls?
I hated Powerpuff Girls with a passion.
Okay, fair enough. But do you remember that they had a telephone in that had, like, a bleeping red light?
Like a bat signal?
Sort of. Well, basically, in this really old show, instead of having the bat signal for Batman, instead they just had a red phone with a bleeping red light on it, and Batman would just run up to it and, like, pick it up and go, like, "Hello, Mayor? What's the problem?"
Oh god, that sounds wonderful.
It's really fun. It's really tongue-in-cheek. Like, it also gave us the whole bit where Batman has to foil a bombing attempt, and the way he foils it is literally pick up this giant black bomb with a rope fuse sticking out of it, and then run through a park carrying it and
No, Batman!
It's just very silly.
That's so cheesy.
I know, it's super cheesy. It's so funny because, like, nowadays, like, you know, with like the big multi-million-dollar Batman films and the dark animated series and stuff, like, there's this whole image of Batman as a super cool guy, and like the Adam West Batman was just the biggest goofball. But, like,
I'm okay with that, though. Goofball is fun.
Yeah. He also had... Oh, this is great. He also had a whole bunch... Like, he had a bunch of... Like, yeah, utility belt with all these gadgets. And every single gadget was the bat something. So he actually had, like, bat shark repellent.
Well, I remember that there was a crossover back when I was a kid between Batman and Scooby-Doo.
Oh, my goodness.
Batman and Scooby-Doo. Terrible idea, by the way, but so funny. He had, like... You know how they have Scooby snacks?
Yeah.
He had so much different bat things. He had Bat Dog, and they had Bat Snacks. Yes. And in the Bat Cave, drinking, like, bat juice.
Yeah, bat milk. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was based on the Adam West Batman. Like,
I was like, no, this is so bad, but so good, but so bad.
It's great. But some guy wants to know, son Nunne.
Yes, dearest.
The Powerpuff Girls. Just curious.
I really didn't like it. I don't know. I don't remember why necessarily. I mean, I was young then, guys. I don't remember these things. But I just didn't care for it. I don't know.
All right.
And sorry to interrupt the flow of the conversation, but this might sound weird to you, Duhad. Okay. But while I'm all dressed up anyway, since Noel's friend is coming over later, I was going to ask if you wanted to do, like, a camera at all at any point.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Which would be an option if you wanted.
I'm fine with that. We only have 2 people on the call, so that actually means that it is possible to do.
Yeah, well, before we get Lightning back.
Yeah, until we have the return of Oh god, until Lightning's return.
Oh gosh!
References.
That reference. Oh, Duhad, you really need to marry me. You really do. I love you. You're perfect. You're like, you know all my favorite references. I hate and love you. Like, yay.
Okay. That's a lovely combination. I loathe you. I love you.
Oh, it's like I don't know. It's like I'm annoyed almost how much I love you. It's like so much love. I don't know.
Well, okay,
you're perfect. Okay, I love you.
I'll take that. I'll take being perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the camera. I
think we actually have to close the call briefly and bring it back because my camera's on my other computer.
I think I did it right there.
I can try, but I have 2 computers running right now. One has a camera and one doesn't.
Oh,
so
okay, that might, yeah. Well, if you need to do anything, then do what you need to do in living color.
I think I have to hang this one up, yeah.
All right.
I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
All right, go ahead. I was gonna sing to the people. Do 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 boop boop ba doop ba doop boop boop doop 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 doo doop 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 doop. Hey, welcome back. So Duhad, so some
yes,
guy.
I can hear you now. Hi.
And White Oak, I agree. Mark Mir as a pony would be great. All right, so we should be able to turn that on now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check the. No, but you can hear me, so obviously the microphone is right. Why am I checking that? Nani is a derp.
That's okay. So
Nani confirmed for best derp. I don't know.
Definitely. You're getting married now.
Oh wait,
one
camera.
day.
Haha! I've turned it on. I figured it out. I feel brilliant.
Hey! Oh, wonderful! Hey, Nani!
Hi.
Outie. Unfortunately, Lightning Rabbit is still trying to call Lightning Rabbit, and it's interrupting things.
Kick him.
I can't kick him. He's
You can't kick him?
No, I'm trying to make the call, not unless I want to kick him out of the conversation altogether, which would be weird.
Oh.
He'd come back and be like, "What is going on?
I mean, we can always bring him
Why
back.
have I been banned?"
Oh well, I'll make cards. I love you, Light. even if I tried to kick you, I still love you.
Nani, they want to know if that's a wig or if your hair is naturally fluorescent green.
No, this is one of my many wigs. If I had been dressing up specifically for the call, I would have worn the wig that Lolly-chan wears and all the pictures of the little pony with the frills right on the screen usually. But I'm dressed up for other purposes today, so no, it's green. Green is my favorite color. This color right here is my favorite color.
Nice. That's a really nice color. It's kind of a minty green.
Yes, it's called sax. Which sounds a little bit like sex, but it's sax. S-A-X.
Oh, like a saxophone.
Sorry, guys. Crude Nani is crude.
So what's that in the background behind you? That appears to be some sort of My Little Ponies?
There's 3. Wait. There's a My Little Pony poster here, there's a My Little Pony poster there, and there's a My Little Pony poster there. And there's some over there, but you can't see them.
Yeah, fair enough. So some of them definitely look like Gen 4 My Little Ponies.
No, it's all Gen 4, actually.
Oh, it is. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
It is. G1 stuff is over there.
Okay, so it's off in the
Wait, I don't know. Can I room tour you guys this way? But
yeah, you can. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh,
can you see all that G4 stuff?
It's a little blurry, but yeah, wow, that is a lot of G4 stuff. Also, is that all G4 or is that also G1 stuff?
The wooden case with the glass front, if you can see it, is all G1, but everything that's hanging in the open is G4.
Fair enough.
Nani is a hoarder, guys.
Yeah, that is quite the collection. I mean, you are a collector, so that is sort of justified.
Yeah, but no, this is G4 things back here.
Yeah,
it's not actually posters. I cheated because you can't get the posters here. It's a placemat and a gift bag, but
fair enough. I have very little of the G anything stuff, but I do have some little chibi ponies. Let's say they're super cute. And behind here,
your room is big.
I'm in a workspace. This is a picture of Sweetie Belle drawn by Tony Fleece, who is one of the artists on the MLP comics, and a really nice guy. Yeah.
Hey, you have a guitar.
Oh yeah, I do. It's a bass technically, but also
dinosaurs.
It's a dinosaur, but there's also
Chrysalis.
Yeah, I'm trying to doing this. It's like trying to angle a mirror. Oh god, yeah, everything is reversed. It's horrible. Oh god. Okay, no, that direction.
It's okay. We can see it there. Stop.
Chrysalis.
Yay!
Yeah. Also, a couple of things in my actual room that are pretty cool, but as retrieving them would require me to. God damn! Why are all the wires?
You're having the worst trouble with that weapon.
Wires.
And it's amusing me so much.
Yeah. Unfortunately, getting the rest of my pony stuff from my room, which I don't have a lot of, would require me leaving the computer and walking up there. But like next time,
and then I'd be alone.
Yeah.
And then I'd be sad.
It would be sad. But I have a plushie of Mr. Scribbles, my OC, that a friend of mine sent me. That is super adorable.
Oh, that's so
cute! He's pretty adorable. And I also have I have obviously like comics and stuff. But I have what was it? At BronyCon, I actually got this. Oh, actually, I do have this here. Rarity.
Is that
Rarity bottle opener.
Okay, yes. I don't know how you. It's just bottle opener. Then I'm like, is it a bottle lever or?
Yeah, no, it's like you look kind of like. Obviously, don't do
Nani,
that because you'll
Nani is non-alcoholic, so Nani has no idea what these things are for.
It's fine, it's fine. But that's beyond awesome. It's pretty cool. But I have like these really cool cards that this lady at BronyCon made. And actually, the funny thing is, the reason I got into I started liking Colgate was because this woman did these amazing cards. And I at the end of the con, she was like selling. Like, she couldn't sell all of them. She wanted to sell off as many as possible. So what she ended up doing was, she was selling each card for like $5, but she was selling, by the end of the con, she was willing to sell like packs of 3 for $5. But like the twist, like the trick was they were random, so you didn't know what you were going to get. So I was like, okay, whatever. I got some spare cash left that I didn't spend during the con. I'll buy some of these cards because these are really cool cards. So I got a bunch of them, and like I got some really cool stuff. I got Twilight and Luna and little baby Luna and like Scootaloo and all these cool characters. And I was looking over things like, okay, I pretty much got everything I want. And I just sort of looked over the cards. I saw this one card that I didn't get that was super awesome. Like, it was really like a really pretty picture and a really cute design, and like the font was like the Coca-Cola. You know, like the Coca-Cola font?
Yeah, I know Coca-Cola.
Yeah, well, it's like the Coca-Cola font, but for because each of the characters had their the name written on the bottom, and each had a different font. This one had the Coca-Cola font, and it was Colgate. And I was like, oh my god, that one's so cute. It's like, I didn't get it in the pack. You know what? Whatever. I know it's like the cost of 3 cards for just one, but I want that Colgate. I want the blue one. I got that, and I still have that. Like, I still have all the cards and stuff. But it's like looking over them, like, man, this Colgate is super great. Like, which pony is that? I ended up just looking. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do something with Colgate at some point. Like, maybe I'll.
And now there's the adventures of Colgate versus the
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness, yes. Yay!
Yeah, it was like, I was originally going to be like, okay, Professor Lyra was originally going to be like the adventures of Lyra and like Carrot Top and Berry Punch and Colgate, like going around the world and stuff. Then when that ended up falling through, I was like, I sort of want to still do something with one of these characters. I really want to do something with Colgate. You know what? Evil Dead. But Colgate will be the Ash.
I
Colgate
still have to wonder why your first thoughts, but what am I going to cross My Little Pony over with? Well, obviously, this thing with the zombies and the Necronomicon made of flesh and...
it's because I'm a huge fan of those movies. And actually, I started... the real reason was, when I originally started writing Pony Dead, it was... oh, holy cripes. Magic School Bus is coming back in 2016. So hype!
Yay!
But when I originally started writing it, it was actually like a month before Halloween. I was like, oh, I'll just write a really quick short story that is just, Evil Dead crossover with My Little Pony, and have it would be like 3 or 4 chapters, and it would be like, obviously like the same basic story, but like everything would happen a lot faster. And I wrote like 3 chapters, the first 3 chapters before Halloween. Then I kind of hit a writer's block, and I was just like, I missed the deadline. It was no longer going to be a Halloween thing. And then I ended up kind of putting it on semi-permanent hiatus, and only slowly worked on it for the rest of the thing. So by the time it actually came out, it was long past Halloween, and it was no longer like a Halloween-themed horror story. But it was also a much longer and much better story than the.
And then it became awesome.
So great. Much hype.
So wow.
Something about... I'm not sure if I'm leaning in a weird way or if the camera's tilted. Because I'm fairly certain the camera's, like, the image is tilted slightly. I'm not sure how...
It looks pretty okay to me. I mean, I don't know anybody who has, like, amazing webcams, so anything where I can actually see you clearly is pretty good.
Do you know... so, hold on. Will they still have some of the same sort of animation for the Magic School Bus television reboot? You don't know? No, I don't know either, but man, Magic
knowing how these kind of things kind of work, I can almost guess that it's going to be like 3D models, but I really hope not, because I don't like that.
Yeah, I imagine
if they did a style like Martha Speaks, where it kind of looks like paper cutouts, that would be kind of fun.
I imagine we'll probably get something with like Flash, like what MLP does, because Flash is a very easy program to work in. Like,
just lost my earphone.
Obviously, MLP does a really fantastic job with making Flash look really, really good. But a lot of cartoons that are on today use Flash because it's a very simple program, and that doesn't usually look as good as it does in it doesn't usually look as good as DHX manages to make it look, but it will still probably look sort of like that. It's sort of like most modern.
There's
cartoons.
Different styles of Flash. So there's Flash like My Little Pony and Pound Puppies, and then I think Martha Speaks too is also Flash, but they don't make the models as rigid looking.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit more like traditional animation.
Yeah, there's a different program for doing kind of like the more wobbly sort of look. And there's definitely like, I mean, Adventure Time does something like that where it looks very hand drawn. I actually don't know how they do Adventure Time, but like, I'm fairly certain it's also digital, but it's a much more fluid, much more loose.
Yeah, that's true too. I do like how Adventure Time looks.
Yeah, and then they're not shows that are in the same mold, and I don't think you probably watch either of them, but there's a couple of shows I actually like to look at, like point to when talking about animation that are really good examples, because they're made by almost the same people, but they're very different in how they look, and one of them is a show called Archer, which does an animation style which is very realistic models, but very limited actual animation. Like, all of the humor of the show is basically sold through the vocal delivery, which is very, very solid. Like, they have a really great vocal cast. But all the characters have very detailed models, so they're very unique looking. But they have a very, very simple, very limited thing. Like they tend to like only move like small amounts of their body at once. Yeah, you love Archer, White Oak, because Archer's great. But a lot of the same people also work on a show called Bob's Burgers, which has sort of the opposite of that. They're not very detailed models. They all really kind of pudgy and blobby looking. But they had a really, really fluid animation. Like they're very detailed. Like the actual movement is incredibly detailed, and looks like, like almost like claymay or something. But as you know, like it looks not like claymay, like people. It's just like very wobbly, very, very loose, very Adventure Timey.
Well, Adventure Time is actually, I do like the style of that a lot.
Yeah.
And Steven Universe, when I first saw it, I thought it was really odd looking, but once you get used to it, the animation style, that one's pretty good too. Which is also Flash again. Everything is Flash now. I guess we're kind of coming out of the era of 3D models into the era of Flash. Flash.
Flash.
I don't know, just needed a fancy hand gesture.
Listen, Wake is saying there's an episode where Archer thought he was Bob. Yes, there is, because the people work on the same show. There was a crossover of Archer and Bob's Burgers, which was really amusing, and it really highlighted the difference between the animation, because they actually animated Bob's Burgers in the Archer style for the crossover, which like looked really weird because it was like these two incredibly different styles of animation being used for each other. It was interesting.
I'm going to have to watch these now. I think they're probably adult cartoons, right?
Archer is definitely yes, and you probably wouldn't enjoy it. Like it's very funny, but it's very dry humor. Right? So it's a very, very dry humor.
Hey, Canadians invented dry humor.
True, but it's also kind of dark. Like the whole thing is a parody of James Bond, kind of like the action spy romance stuff. So it's sort of like Archer is basically James Bond if he was in the real world. So he's kind of a jerk, and no one really particularly likes him. And like he ends up having like mild tinnitus because like, there's a lot of shooting and stuff, but guns in real life are very damaging to your ears, so like he eventually just has ear problems because of all the loud explosions and gunshots that go around him. So it's kind of that sort of kind of weird dry humor.
I don't know, I could maybe learn to like it. There's one or two adult things I still enjoy.
It's a good show if you get into it, but the other thing is the other show that you actually might like a lot more is called Bob's Burgers. It's same like main character, John H. Benjamin voices both characters. I think it has some of the same writers, but instead of being like an action adult comedy show, it's still more adult, but it's sort of a family drama about this family that owns a restaurant, a burger restaurant, and kind of their just daily adventures. And it's actually like I kind of heard mixed things about it. Like a lot of my friends love it to death, and I know a couple of people who really think it's boring. But I watched it. I think it's really good. Like it's really good in a really weird way. Like it's not usually very laugh out loud funny, but it's really clever. Like it's the characters all feel very real. You know, like and,
well, I'm
and
open to that.
Yeah, and there's one character I know has got like a lot of praise. It's this, and I think you'd really like her. It's this this teenage girl who's like 12 or 13, who is like just this kind of sort of weird, semi-awkward social reject who's like the eldest child of the family. But she's really like, it's not one of those things where like it's like, haha, look at this stupid person who's socially awkward, or one of those things where it's like, oh, she's super smart but no one appreciates her for it, you know, like, hey, self-identify. But it's this thing where she's just like a very kind of real person who's really relatable and really kind of nice, and she's weird and kind of socially awkward, but it's not one of those shows where that's played up as being, haha, laugh at the stupid awkward person, but more kind of like, oh, yeah.
No, that does sound good. I like that. I do like characters who are written for someone who watches a lot of cartoons where things are so over the top all the time. I actually do prefer quiet characters who are just very natural.
Yeah, I'd say both Archer and Bob's Burgers do that very well in very different ways. Like Archer does that in terms of having very realistic characters in a very unrealistic setting, and Bob's Burgers is really good at that by having very realistic characters in a fairly realistic setting, and deriving the humor less from parodying, you know, things that are over the top and more in just kind of having a natural, like slightly more naturalistic, you know, daily slice of life kind of humor. Obviously,
I will check them out. Yeah. I promise it. I'm here making a promise to you that I will look at these things.
Go ahead. Don't forget. I warned you. I did warn you.
It's okay. I was playing Mass Effect 2 last night. I'm prepared for adultness.
Okay, fair enough. And some guys, you definitely also look these things up. Archer and Bob's Burgers, fun shows, fun for the whole family.
Yay, fun!
Except not Archer, not Archer, fun for the whole family. Bob's Burgers, yes. Oh my goodness!
Wait, I'm gonna come to you later at like 2 a.m, whining to you about what did you make me watch.
Probably. Definitely, yeah. Again, definitely with one of those two. I'm sure. It's like, ew, that's gross. That's nasty. I'm like, I did warn you.
I don't want to watch it if it's gonna be gross.
Yeah, definitely don't watch Archer. It's got some adult humor in it that I don't think you'd enjoy as much.
Well, you'd be surprised, but
fair enough.
As long as nothing is being shown or gore, no. I don't really like gore either.
There's not really a lot of there's a bit of blood. There's not really a lot of gore. There's nothing like shown that's sexual or anything. I mean, it's still a show on television. They can't really get away with that much.
You'd be surprised.
True. But it's on like, you know, network television. It's not on like HBO where they're allowed to just get away with everything.
Oh dear, yes.
So guys saying is Archer much worse than the actual James Bond? I'd say he's basically on par with the actual James Bond, except instead of being played up as this incredibly charming person who you're meant to like and think is awesome, he's instead played up as being a very unlikable person who you aren't supposed to like. So like, you know, he drinks like James Bond, but instead of being like, haha, he's so cool, martini shaken not stirred, he's played off as being an extremely alcoholic individual. And like he sleeps around with all the ladies, but that's not played up as like, oh, what a cool guy sleeping around with lots of ladies. It's like, hey, here's a guy who's probably got some problems with like his relationship with women because he doesn't really seem to understand or respect them very much.
We need to do away with his lack of disrespect.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of fun. Because it is, my dad wouldn't approve. I wouldn't say he's much worse than the actual James Bond. In fact, I'd say considering some of the things that they've had in the actual James Bond movies, he's probably a lot less bad. Partly just because of the fact.
Am I like the only one who has not ever seen James Bond movie?
My goodness! Some of them you'd really like some of the older ones. Like the newer ones are really dark. Some of the older ones where it's very campy and over the top, and he's fighting guys with like moon lasers and like ninjas and stuff are pretty fun.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I've just never seen one.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to think if I've seen any spy movies at all. Jeez, I've seen a couple, but I don't remember what they're called.
If you remember, let us know. Definitely. Actually, some guy, White Oak or Nani, have any of you ever watched Arrested Development?
That's the one with all the ladies in the orange jumpsuits? No, wait.
That's
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
Arrested Development. I know what it is. I've seen it on Netflix.
It was like Netflix renewed for a new season.
I get a couple of them confused.
It's a very dry comedy about a family of people. Oh god, White Oak. If you like Archer, you need to watch Arrested Development because the show Mallory Archer's mom is actually the Lucille Bluth, the mom from Arrested Development, and the show takes a lot of inspiration from that. But the reason I mention it is it's an incredibly funny show that you might enjoy. That like like a lot of people, a lot of like the big selling point of like Archer is. Like part of the selling point for Archer when they were selling it, and a lot of the ways that people kind of get into it is by pointing out that Archer is essentially Arrested Development as a spy show, because Arrested Development has a very similar sense of very dry humor, with kind of unlikable people trying to make the best of a very bad situation.
Yay!
Arrested Development is a great show though. Like it's. You kind of have to deal with the fact that almost everyone in the show is a really bad person. Like there are no good people in Arrested Development, really. Like the father and son, and like the aunts, like the niece, are all pretty decent, likable people, but like everyone else is just terrible.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no. And the other thing is, there's a main character in Archer who is like Archer's mother, who is very funny, and the reason they actually brought her on to be Archer's mother is she was actually the mother in Arrested Development, and she plays a very similar character, just like this very mean, nasty lady who plays her children off each other.
What? That's not nice.
Oh no, exactly. It's terrible. Like the mother in Arrested Development is great because she's just,
as a sibling, I am in shock.
I know. There's a great bit in like the second episode of Arrested Development where she's just there, like one of her sons like confronts her about her lying to him to protect his sister, and she's just going like, "Oh, I never play favorites with my children," and then it just cuts back to like 2 hours earlier, and she's just going like, I don't like my son Joe very much. I don't care for him.
Does it do those little like interview things like in Modern Family where it tells you what the characters are actually thinking?
Kind of. This is the show that inspired all of that. This is like the first show that did the whole thing where like the whole point of the show is kind of like a camera crew following around real people, and like that's the setup for the show. Arrested Development was the first show that did that, and then Modern Family and The Office and all those kind of took off of that to kind of do their own variations on it. They didn't have the interviews, like the things where they actually like interview the characters. Like that came later, but they do the thing where like all the shots are kind of like a camera following around the camera crew following around the characters, basically.
Cool. Probably not cutesy enough for Nani, but
no,
cool.
it's not really. It's not very cutesy. It's a dark.
Oops,
it's a dark
I lost
show.
my tiara.
Oh,
Oops.
I put that thing back on. Also, hello, blah blah blah.
I have no mirror now. Is that straight, Duhad?
No, you wanna like just a little bit.
That way?
No. Oh, okay. Well, now the bow and the tiara are both kind of at an angle, so
no, they're supposed to be at an angle.
both
the tiara is supposed to be in the center of the bow.
Oh, in that case, yeah, you're good. And that, like, if that's what you're aiming for, then that is exactly what you have.
You have to wear it to one side because it's so big.
Oh well, the bow definitely yes. The tiara I kind of assumed was supposed to go up on the front, but that's okay. Like if the tiara is supposed to go in the middle, then that's that's for real. Oh, blah 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 blah. Some guy. Oh, okay.
You are like the best male best friend ever. Do you braid?
Do I braid? This hair does not braid very well, so I'm not.
No, but can you braid?
I have a decent understanding of braiding. I've never had too many opportunities to work with it.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to grow my hair out just so that when I visit you, you can braid it.
Sounds like a plan. We'll figure this out. And I will practice my braiding. I will work on my braiding technique.
This is perfect. I love this.
And some guy changed his username so I can use a pop-out window. That's a good idea. You should do that more frequently. Only B is also here. I don't know if that's a double account for someone else, but if not, welcome, hello B. Only B, sorry. Hey, how you doing?
Don't scare them.
Welcome to the show. How you doing? Oh, good is good.
You are funny. I love you. I say that way too much.
You do, but or not enough.
Someday someone in my life is going to get the totally wrong idea of me, and I'm just going to be like, no.
It's going to be super awkward, but till that day. Bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum.
I feel like you're making reference to something I don't know.
Seinfeld. It's fine.
I do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the song, but I've seen it a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. I was saying, imagine if Archer went to Plainville. Oh Lord, that would be terrible. Be amazing. Actually, a funny thing was in the original draft of Colgate versus the Army of Darkness, I was originally going to have the Captain of the Guard character who was going to be Sterling Armor. It was like Cleverly Clever's brother was going to be Sterling Armor, which was a reference to Archer. And he would basically be Archer in medieval Equestria.
That sounds interesting.
The worst captain of the Royal Guard. Like the whole joke would just be essentially the fact that like he's just utterly like he's competent as a guard, but like he just does not help at all, and is just constantly antagonizing Colgate and making her life even less even less manageable than it already was.
Poor Colgate doesn't need something else thrown at her.
Pretty much. So saying, hey, do you guys want to get something done this stream? Or are you just saying?
Not really.
No, this is actually going to be a really short stream because Nani has to deal with company.
Nani has house guests.
Indeed. But this is
They're
also...
like downstairs right now. And the only thing they saw today, like when they showed up, is I just ran by in the dress and I'm like, hi, I gotta go, be back in an hour. Poof, just running in all these frills. So I guess everybody just saw like a cloud of like green and pink. A pink dress with ice creams on it. Yay.
Oh, cool. So before we go, because
people are waiting to see me downstairs. So
we're going to actually wrap it up in a second or two because we're actually right near the end. But I did have two announcements real quick before we end. First of all, we're back. We're actually doing these things again. We have like a 2-week hiatus, but we're back. Sorry, that wasn't actually one of the
partially, which was to blame on me being sick. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I was also at Big Apple PonyCon. But two other actual announcements. One, we have Lightning Rabbit returning next week as a permanent guest on the show once again.
Yay!
So if you come back next week, we'll be able to actually have
I don't know
if I'm
clapping so fast that you can't see it, but I'm clapping.
It's a blur, but it works. Anyway, we're going to have Lightning Rabbit back. He's going to be back on the show. We are going to be able to ask him questions and do all sorts of fun things involving Lightning Rabbit again. And I've now gotten permission to upload episodes of To The End onto the Duhad YouTube channel. So if you missed the show or missed parts of the show, you can actually now watch the episodes in their entirety on YouTube. Yay! It's gonna be hype. This does not mean we're going to stop doing the live play. The Let's Play streams on the Duhad 8 Twitch like Twitch/stream channel, whatever thing. Those will still continue as normal and be uploaded onto my channel as normal, but we are going to be, from now on, and only bees, just so you know, the show usually starts at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we usually go till 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so we're actually cutting an hour short because of company. But
sorry.
Normally, we go for 2 hours around 4 Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be it'll be uploaded not live, but the recording will be up on YouTube, and the live shows are going to be going every week. Wow! Also, again, Let's Play live streams are going to continue as per usual with no change. Yeah.
And maybe we'll even cam more, and maybe we'll do little camera reviews of stuff. I don't know.
Oh man, that'll be so good. Yes.
We could like watch something and react to it. You have no idea, Duhad, how crazy I can get reacting to things.
Oh man,
I actually have friends who, when they know I'm doing something, I'll change my Skype message to like play Mass Effect or whatever. They will call me because they're like, "We need to know how you're reacting to this because it's funny."
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
So we need to like do some of that kind of stuff.
We can do that. That's actually not a problem at all. That is incredibly doable. Also, next week we'll hopefully have a chance to do a little camp. Yeah, we'll do. We'll definitely still do more camp things, especially since people seem to enjoy it.
I can't see light.
Yeah, and we'll actually see Lightning Rabbit. It'll be so good.
I don't know. Can we do 3-way cams?
Well, I think one of us would have to be subscribed to Skype, to like the Skype service thing, but that's like, it's like $5 a month. I can do that. That's not a problem.
If you want to, I wouldn't make you.
It's okay. I think it's fun, and
we'd have to see if Light would even be comfortable with that.
Yeah, well, we'll talk to him about it, find out what he wants to do. But I'll definitely have a cam up more often at least on my end, so that you guys can see me, because I can do that no problem. And next week I will show you guys the cards. I hope one day to see Soundspeed. Soundspeed is very private about who he shows his face to, but one day. But next week I'll show you guys the cards, including the Colgate card that actually got me into Colgate in the first place, as well as some of the other
excited to see that now.
Yeah, along with some other cool stuff. I'll show you some cool swag stuff that will they'll hopefully entertain you guys with.
I'm gonna like call you later and be like, Duhad, show me the thing before everyone else.
Show me.
Show me the precious.
Yeah, hey, that's it. Yeah, cool swag. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So yeah, we're actually out of time for this week just because of scheduling conflicts. It's okay though. We will be back next week, original time, 2 hours with Lightning Rabbit and cool swag, and this is gonna be up on YouTube, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yay! I'm just making actions along to everything you say because I'm here anyway. So.
It's okay. Making moves with your face.
Nani's a cute little mime. Yay!
Yeah.
Curse work at CST does. Ah, damn you, pad saving your time zones. Oh well, yeah. See you next week, you guys. It's been okay.
Bye everyone. Janet.
And I'll see the rest of you tomorrow on the Let's Play live stream, so no worries. Till then, toodles, take care of yourselves. It's always a pleasure to see you guys, and that's all I got. Later.